Hey guys, welcome back to the live streaming session. And in this streaming session, we have to working on that my to-do application. So I'm not getting live for the last few days, and the reason is just like I have a very bad health and I'm struggling to speak. That's why I'm not getting streaming. And the main reason is also that my semester assignment is also coming, so I'm working on my semester assignment as well. But it is still pending, but it will never completed in just I will it will take more than a month. So I'm focusing on the assignment as well and along with my coding skill. Okay. So in this we have to just discussing the project that have been building to do one application, and we have just implemented code already, but we have struggling to understand that code. Okay. So in this streaming session, we have to just discuss the particular set of code and function and how it's work in that code. Okay. So if you are completely new and you didn't watch this streaming before yet, so make sure you can just watch it because it is a completely beginner friendly session. So first thing I just need to start in the streaming session, I have to just make sure is my voice quality is okay to everyone. If yes, just comment down. And I start the streaming session in just few to wait after 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, just wait a few minutes and we have to just working and implement how this code and project is working. Everyone exciting? Is everybody starting? Everybody exciting for this streaming session? Is this? If yes, just comment down. And if you are a computer science student who is struggling in anything, and just ask me a question because I am here to just help you and just ask. Okay. And so now let's start this streaming session. And first thing I just need to check is my voice quality is okay. So I just hear it. And I start the streaming session is just few to wait after 1 to 2 minutes. Okay. Just wait a few minutes and we have to just working and implement how this code and project is working. Okay. So my voice quality is okay. Okay. And here I just need to check the internet speed. So I just check because most of the time whenever I just start the streaming session, it's internet getting slow. First of all, let's check the downloading speed and upload speed. So we just start. Okay. Is anybody who's just my viewer who already watched my streaming from many times? If yes, just comment down. If anybody who just this is watching me a first time or a second time or how much many times. If you are watching me a first time, just comment down your name so I can just ask you a question and just okay. So download speed is 6 Mbps, and there is so much chances is we have just facing an internet connection issue because it's not good speed. Baki the drop frame rate is still 2.7. So right now the internet connection is perfect, but there is so many chances because is speed is not so good. Okay, so let's start the streaming session. Hi everyone, my name is Naman and I'm a BCA student who's learn in public every single day and just teach myself as a teacher and explain to you as a learner who learning coding ठीक है to just escape the tutorial help. If you are a person who is a part of a tutorial help, just comment down. If you are also a person who is struggling in as a tutorial help, you are stuck in tutorial hell, you want to escape tutorial hell. If yes, just comment down. I just give you a few advice that help you to escape tutorial hell because I know that most of the coder is right now struggling because they are just watching the tutorial, and once it's come to code without watching tutorial, they struggle, they lag, and they feel underconfident. If you are the person who's just facing the same problem, just comment now. Okay. So here me let's start this streaming session. First thing we have to just go to that folder, no, just VS Code, and here we have just created our project. First thing, file and folder, ठीक है? Desktop and ultimate backend, and here is a to-do application. Just select this folder, and I just need to run the front end and the backend. So first thing, just have to just close this tab and go to the terminal and just go to the CD front end and npm run test. Here is our front end, and you have cd backend npm run npm run def. Okay, it is another backend and that will running on port number. Just wait, this is running on port number 4000. We just simply go to that and no need to get a local host 4000 and just delete it and enter. So here it is in our server and here's our front end. Okay, and now we just here you can see that nothing is showing. So first thing go to that list and just go to the list. Okay, so here you can see that this list is working. The first thing we have to just delete the entire function and here you can see that we have nothing to do and task here. So first we create some few tasks and then we working on how to delete a multiple task, how to handle multiple tasks at the same time, because in the last code we have just understand how this code is actually work if we have to remove and update element one by one. भैया आई एम इन फर्स्ट ईयर, मैं डीएसए स्टार्ट करना चाहता हूँ, कहाँ से करूँ, कोई कोर्स क्या कुछ बताएंगे? Bro, if you have to just start the DSA, can you just suggest me you are just going for heavy DSA or a light? Because if you are targeting a Mang or Fang company, so you need a good programming language like C++, Java, ठीक है? If you are just targeting a basic startup companies and development jobs, so you don't need to go too depth in DSA. If you have just focusing on you doing DSA with JavaScript as well, you doing DSA in using Python. But if you have this, but if you have time, okay, if you have a time, so you can just simply follow the C++ doing DSA in C++ because you have so many resources to learning DSA, okay. So if you have just like the question ki if I have to learning a DSA, okay, if you have to learning DSA, so the best sources I can prefer you if you have a lot of time. Bro, if you have just ki Java से करना चाहता हो तो because वो Java is just like if you're going to the back heavy backend and Android development, Spring Boot, it is a very good option. But the syntax is Java is literally complicated. Okay? If you have a time, you can just go with Java. If you have less time, I just say ki you can go with JavaScript in DSA. Otherwise, C++ is the best option because if you doing DSA in C++, you have a many yes, bro. If you have just targeting, I just focus on C++, bro. C++ is DSA is the best combination. You can't find any better combination regarding than C++ in DSA. Maybe Java, but C++ has another aura. Okay? And here you can just go to end that YouTube and you can just simply go to that Coder Army. Okay? It is an YouTube channel Coder Army. Okay? And I study some few DSA concept from that YouTube channel, ठीक है, because they teaches DSA in very structured manner, ठीक है, in very deep. They just say don't say कि doing this and this. They just first thing they go to an algorithm and then they start a right code. ठीक है, if you just go to there, they just making a foundation video of just only 12 videos and 11 videos to just master the C++. And once you just done this, they're focusing on pattern printing. ठीक है? If you have printing this kind of pattern, so you can make your logic so strong. And then you can simply jump to that playlist that you can follow it because it is an entire playlist. You can just also know that they will also teach a dynamic programming, tree, graph, linked list in C++. ठीक है? And beginner Hindi and just entirely Hindi content. ठीक है? So if you have to learn DSA, this is the best resources you can follow it. Okay. A Coder Army DSA C++ playlist. Okay. You can if you can follow this. Okay. Yeah, bro, just go with C++. MongoDB at last is not here, so we have to just go to that MongoDB at last. Yeah, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. If you have any question regarding, just comment down because I'm also a learner and I'm a final student and I have explored so many resources. So I will always give that resources that actually help mine, so I can hope they help you also. Hmm? Here is our database, and let's go to that cluster and check is any data is stored in that database. So we just go to simply browse collection and pick up. And I'm eating a nutcracker, bro. Is anybody who's just eating nutcracker? Haldiram, it's really tasty. I'm not sponsored, but while studying, if I just feel lazy and sleepy, this masala will help you to awake. Okay, so it is enters, and we can just see. However, we have a index, but we have don't data, है ना? Let's see the index. Index of that IDs. Okay, so now let's go in there and our add our task. Okay, let's add our task, and our task is just like the first thing. Why we just focusing on this task one, and here is a description one. ठीक है? This is task one. This is this is description one. This is description one. Okay, let's copy this, and we just simply go to an add task. First task is created. Now we just created a multiple task. This is task 2, and this is description 2. Add task. Go to add task. This is a description 3, and this is task. This is task 3. Okay, edit. Go to add task, and this is the task 4, and here is the task. This is the title. This is the task 4. Okay. So now we have just created a 4 to-do list. ठीक है? Here's the title, here's the description, and here's the date. ठीक है? And this date is looks dummy. It's not look so great, but I just implement it. Okay. Before the streaming session, I also just check that YouTube sending my video impression to the audience or not. Let me check this. Here's the analysis. Because most of the time they will not send the here it is. Okay, this is my streaming session. I just simply go to there and just go to read. Okay, they just send me a 49 impression. Okay, it's slightly better than the live streaming session because in the last they just send a 20 to 30 impression. Okay. Why it's not showing? It's not disconnected. Why I'm just not getting see any chat? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now the chat is showing. Okay, so now we have to just here you can see that we have successfully created the list, and here you can see all the lists. Okay, so now we just performing an operation in this. Okay, so now we just wait. Okay, so here it is. So now we just simply see that we have a two action button and update or delete. Okay, these two functionality of this button we have already assigned in the previous streaming session, but we have still just take some overview of that streaming of that function. Okay, so you can see that we have a button. It is a delete button, and whenever a user click on that function, it will just simply send an ID, and this ID will be passing from that there a map data. Okay, task data have the all users data, their name, their ID, and email. Okay, and we just simply taking an ID from that, and whenever user click it, with the this function is called, and here you can see that a delete function is there. ठीक है. Here you can see that this is the delete task function, and what we have just do in this function, we have just creating a response and await a fetch. We have just simply go to that host, that port number we have just already assigned in there. You can simply see delete task ticker. It is a delete task ticker. And whenever user just go to that the task and ID, and this is an task list and ID. Okay. This is our default because we have already assigned a port number in there. And this is a task and ID. Okay. Whatever user on click, the ID will be passed in there and it will comes in there. Okay. And it is a method delete. Const delete await response dot JSON and console log dot data. That's mean whatever we have data response we getting in there. In data, we just simply convert that data into JSON format and print it there. Okay. So here we just simply go to inspector and we have just simply go to that console and let me check that if I deleted any data is they just show me and just simply go to the delete button and here you can see that the task deleted successfully and here we can just see the task ID and date and title of the speaker because we have just getting this response from backend and here in data we have just simply printed okay and here you can see that if response is okay console log data item deleted successfully and if not you failed and just print the data okay it is an basic thing ठीक है it is just like कि and now the main thing is that code is just like कि we have to just focusing on the how we can implement that code in backend so if in the backend we have just simply see that there is an app dot delete and task id ठीक है async a request comma response and try const id and request dot para you can see that whatever user just simply we just simply fetch and send the request on that id and id will be there okay and this id is here okay and we just simply contain that id from param because it will be passes as a param you can simply see that this two dot and this is a column that will be a part of that okay and here you can just simply see count delete task okay it is a variable and we just simply await task dot find by id for that we have just simply find the id okay we just simply find that id and now we after that we have just simply perform the operations okay so we just simply find by id and what wait find by id and delete okay so it is a function so they just simply whatever id they have they just simply go to that class schema this is a model and the find and id okay if the id will be there we just simply go to that id we use find by id and delete if we have to delete only one document okay if we have to focusing on deleting multiple things we have to focus on another kind we have just discussed after this discussion okay and we can see that if deleted task response not doesn't task not found but we have just validate mongodb id here and but we don't need that code so we just comment it and whatever we just if yes we just simply set a task not found otherwise it will be take a response of deleted task and task में हम लिख देंगे delete task एंड टास्क के अंदर डिलीट टास्क हो चुका है आई थिंक एंड सक्सेस विल बी ट्रू एंड इट वी हैव जस्ट सिंपली पास द डिलीटेड टास्क हियर ओके दैट्स इट एंड द टास्क विल बी डिलीटेड सक्सेसफुली ठीक है it is not the hard thing this is a very easy peasy okay so we have just watching two streamers right now so is you are a streamer who just watching my streaming for the so many time or you are watching my streaming first time if just first time just comment down from from which branch you are and what are you learning right now? Are you a computer science student or just watching it for fun? Are you still like coding or you are just feel why I choose coding? Because most of the computer science I feel disturbed. Just like they don't like their they don't like the thing that actually going on the market. And what is that? Unemployment, recession, fire, doing hard work and still not getting placed and not enough salary hike. Mhm. Okay, forget it. Okay, now we have just simply see that how the delete function is called. Now we just simply go to update button and let's understand how the update button is work. Okay. We just go to the task list, and here it is an update. Where is an updates thing? Update, we have to just creating an another button. Whenever we click on update, we have to simply go to this page, and now we have to just simply go to the update task, and let's understand that how this code is working. Okay, so we just simply, this is an basic container. Okay, you can see that this is a container, and this is an update task, and here it is in title and inputs. Okay, and whatever we have right there, it will be stored in task to data, and target values will be set there. Okay, so now we have to just focusing on this handle update and how it's work. So we just simply go to that and just comment down this code and write down from entirely from scratch. Okay, and we just watch it because we have to just, because by just reading coding, by just read so much, it's not an good thing. I just write it again, a const and handle update. Okay, handle update. It is an async function because we have perform an operation. And after that, we have just simply write an arrow function. And here we can just see, and when we just click on update task, you can see that nothing of operation is performed because we don't define the function yet. Okay. We just comment down this function. So here it is, and we just simply write down a const handle function. Na? So I think we have to just put down creating write down to and try and catch method. Okay. And here it is. We now just simply or create a const response. Okay. It is a variable where we have just sent the request const response, and we just simply go to await and fetch. And in fetch we just simply pass the URL. Okay, pass the URL, and I use the lexical scope, and here we just simply this copy this code. Okay, and just paste it here. Okay, so we can simply send just fetch, just send the request. Okay, we just simply send the request on that code, and the method we have to just simply assign it there. We just simply add a comma, and method is put because whenever we have just perform an operation of update, matlab we have to just perform an operation of update, we have just used the put. You know that ki what is the use of put method, get method, post method, patch method, delete method. Okay, this is an method that we have used to perform an operation in a server. Okay, and here it is the next thing, we have just assigned the data, how which kind of data this is. Okay, so we just simply go there and write down content type. Okay, so content and okay, content, and content type is just like कि content type क्या हो गया हमारा, content type is application. It is an application and JSON. ठीक है, we have just passed this data in a JSON format, and after that we just simply put the comma, and it is a comma, and pass the one thing, and this is the body, and body is just like you have to just use the JSON dot stringify, convert this data into a stringify, and just simply pass the task data. Okay. So whatever we have raised, we have just simply convert this task data into in this format. So we just simply copy and ask the chat GPT what is that role of that particular code is. Here is the chat GPT, and just simply ask it the question of what is the with the use of that code. What is the use of that code? So here we can see that it convert a JavaScript object into a JSON string so it can be sent to the server in HTTP. It convert a JavaScript object into a JSON string. ठीक है? What is JSON? Is just like JavaScript object not is JavaScript object notation string, so it can be sent to the server in HTTP request. Why it's needed? When you send data using fetch and Axios, the HTTP require body must be in string format. ठीक है? Body is must be in string format, but task data is usually the JavaScript like a const data included. So server will express JS backend express JSON format, not a that thing. ठीक है? Can fully explain. Okay, okay, I understand it. Is anybody who's just letting a caution in tech? Who is doing DSA every single day and grinding lead code? Who is grinding lead code every single day? Who is grinding lead code every single day, bro? Was anybody who is just grinding lead code? Okay, so it is, and then we just simply in catch error. This is an body, okay? We have just go to that entire body. Now we just focusing on const data and await JSON dot await response dot JSON. So in this like कि क्या करेंगे हम const data is equal to में await and response await response dot JSON, and we just simply console this. Okay, whatever we have there, just simply console dot log, and here is the data. Just click on update task. Here you can see that a task updated successfully. Okay, so we just simply go to task 2. This task is updated. This task is updated, and whenever you just click on update task, here you can see that the task updated successfully. When we ever go to the list, and here you can see that this is task 2, this task is updated. Okay, you can see that we simply just write this code and our code is successfully working. Okay, and you can see that this is not a difficult route. We have just understand this thing as well, but first thing you have to just need to understand, we just simply creating a route, and on this route we have to just doing two things. Okay, we have to pass the ID and data, and whatever we have just write it, it will be stored in set dash data. Okay, and before just moving forward, we have to also need to understand this use effect method as well, because we have just simply fetch task ID then response. ठीक है, क्योंकि क्या होगा, whenever you just click on there, you can see that the task list is also showing in there. Whenever you click update, you can simply see that the title and description is already fill out with the current data. ठीक है, so we have to just simply fetch that data from this URL, and then we just simply go to that response and response.json and log data. So we have to just think like what the sense of that code. Then if we just fetch the data, then the response is equal to response.json, and then data is equal to my console log dot data print कर दो. Okay, and set task को ठीक है, I will understand that if this operation is performed, we just simply go to then other फिर then and then this print the log data. ठीक है, you can see that whenever you just click at this operation will be done by using this, because we have to just already console log data. ठीक है, whenever you click on that, this function is called one time. Is my voice clear? A map data. ठीक है, task data have the all users data, their name, their ID and email. ठीक है, so here we can see that In this channel, in this streaming session, we have to just expected. Can I convert the? Can I get almost? Can I complete my 900 subscribers after in this streaming session? Is yes, just because can I just complete the 300 subscribers in that streaming session? Because someone is just like I don't show the interest. Okay, so here is an side task data. Okay, just need to go to live every single level. Just okay, set task data and it is in data. Okay, and in catch error we have just simply doing this thing. Okay, and this is and here we have to just pass the console. If we don't, we also don't need to that just pass it. We just simply write down we don't need to just pass a response. We have to just simply set console dot log, and here we just simply pass error. Okay, and here it is an error, and we just simply doing a one silly mistake there, and just go to update task, and here you can see that error reference that task is not defined as an handle task. Okay, and now we just click on update task. Here you can see that our task is updated successfully. So our deleted is also working and our deleted task is also working. Okay. You don't need to just write this type of code. You may think this looks some difficult because you can see that this is or like but you don't need to just focusing on this. Okay. You just simply go to the list and once you updated task, they just simply navigate to the back to the home page. Okay. So let's doing this thing as well. So after the console of data, if data dot success, if data dot let me check if data dot success now. If yes, and if data dot success, just simply navigate. Okay, navigate to the okay. Here you can see that whenever we click on update task, we can simply navigate to that home page. Okay, that's it. If not, just give an error. That's it ना it's give an error. Alert data dot message. ठीक है नहीं होता तो क्या कर दो alert data data dot okay, here it is and our deleted task is also working. Okay, deleted task working. Whenever we click on update task is also valid. Task updated successfully. Okay, so you can see that a task updated successful. We just simply go to that data dot message. Now we just check the functionality of how and actually the thing is working on that code. How we select the multiple element and perform operations. Okay. Here is anybody who just getting the streaming URL short feed because I'm just turn on this as well in that streaming session. So we just simply go to that content and the streaming, and here we just simply go to that. This is and it's just YouTube recommended my impression. Okay, it will send to a 351 impression. It's not sending too much impression today, but why just why? Okay, here you can see that browser feature 87 and short feed is 7.1%. So here I can say expected that there is a two views getting from the short feed. Okay. So YouTube just share my reel to the short feed as well. Okay. So it is a good thing because now we have getting more reach. Okay, because we have just learned in public. So I just want ki the more people have just a the bigger community I have, the bigger opportunity I can get. Okay, that's it. So here it is in the task, and now we have just understand that how we can focusing on that multiple things. So we just simply go to there and create some few tasks. Task is just like Just write down your name. I will mention your name in that task list. Is who's watching this streaming session? Just write down your name. I will created a task and description and to-dos from your name. Just write down. I'm using your name to just add a to-dos. Just write down your names. Who's just watching a three content viewer who's just watching the stream session. Just mention your name, and I just creating a add to-dos of your using your names. Okay. The YouTube analytics will just give me a validation of that key why I'm just feeling able to just watch and watch. Okay, that's my a JavaScript object into the okay. Here you can see that whenever we click on update task, we can simply navigate to that home page. Okay. Okay, my voice quality is still okay. Okay, and just is nobody is right and task. So let's creating username using an Avengers name. Okay, so let's like first thing is an Iron Man. Creating a task list, not just like let me check this list and add task and here you can list. This is task 3. So we just created a task number 1 and 2 again है ना 1 2 and 2 again कर लेते हैं create कर लेते हैं simply 1 this is task 1 and add just go to that add task this is task 2 description 2 this is and that is this is task 2. Okay, this is the task 2 and whenever you just click on add task here you can see that we have task 1 task 2 task 3 and task 4 and now we just understand how this whenever I click on select and this will perform. So we just simply go to that task list component and here you can see that we have just simply defined the on change or select a checkbox. Okay, here you can see that a checkbox is there. Okay, we'll put a checkbox. This is checkbox and and whenever we have just click on that on change function, what operation is performed. So here you can see that we have also put the checkbox there and select is set and whenever a check it will just select task dot include item dot id. So it is a built-in function whenever we just click on this includes will just send the item id into a selected task. Okay, so first thing we have to just understand the how we select multiple and then how one by one task. So here it is an whenever we just click the select all function is called and here we can see the select all function. Okay, this is an simply this basic function. Okay, this is a not a super rocket science so you have to just write so much code. You just simply go that see that e dot target dot check whenever we just go to that inspect and the console we just simply refresh it and you can see that whenever we click on there it will be just pass a true and here they just give an id okay. And we have get this id because here you can see whenever we have just click on check all function select all function it will be just simply console dot selected task ठीक है and ये selected task कहाँ से आ रहा है we can just simply see that okay we have just select all tasks now so select all this is multiple tasks first thing this is go to selected all ठीक है console.e.target.check and if e.target.check let item is equal to task.map and item. Okay, we have just struggling कि क्या हो रहा है exactly console.data e.target.check and let item is equal to my task data.map and item is equal to my id and set delete task is item console.log items. Okay, okay, so we have to I think the focusing on so I think I'm just focusing on Do you understand that this code, how this code is working? Because I just key whenever user click on select all function, we have just simply see that we have not passing anything in there. So how we can just okay. Here it is a checkbox that for input or tree dot one and this is for that. Okay. And task data dot stack on change select all function. Okay. And whenever we go to select all function, we just simply console dot if e dot target dot check. Okay. Let item task dot map. Okay. Selected item is okay. E dot target dot check. Okay. सी प्लस फर्स्ट ईयर में हूँ तो कोड फोर्स चालू कर दूँ. Bro, you are in just like की first year and you just decided to doing code force. लव सीपी का फ्री प्लेलिस्ट देखो. लव सीपी. Just wait a love CP. What is love CP? Are you just talking about a love bubber? Okay, I'm just searching in the wrong place. Just go to there and love CP. Okay, it isn't just teaching a entirely DSA in C na? Code chef. Okay. This is a competitive programming course now. This is also teaching DSA. They are focusing on I think competitive programming. They don't focusing so much on DSA if you are just getting to a place because if you have just like you can solve the code force level questions. So I think you have a good understanding of DSA and your logics because in code force you have just see so many difficult questions. Okay, if you are a completely beginner, I always prefer you start with the basic question and once you just feel confident, then you can jump to the DSA. Okay, never go to then you jump to the lead code. Never jump to that code force. Okay, code force you can jump after that 3 to 4 months when you have just comfortably solved the lead code questions. Okay, a basic medium question, then you can decide to jump on code forces. Okay, because code forces problems level is far much different. Okay, so just focusing on first lead code. Okay, just grind lead code first. Okay, I'm also learning a DSA and I'm just starting solving DSA question from the next month and I'm just doing not I'm not still confident to send I can just solve a lead code but I'm still trying in this streaming session because okay, so if you have a person who just learning DSA and development, just comment down. Okay, and select all function is called. And whenever you click on select, if e dot target dot check, ठीक है, if the target let item को task dot map item item dot id selected item item कर दो. ठीक है, इसने क्या किया है? Selected item. ठीक है. So first thing we have to just focusing on creating a selected item. ठीक है, then जब उस पे होगा ना तभी सब हम को टारगेट कर लेंगे. So selected item पे क्या किया है इसने? Whenever you just check on change पे क्या होगा? Selected item जो है they will be just taking a two argument from a user. E is just like an element and item.id. It will be whenever user click on there, it will be stored in there. And check dot selected task पे जब भी check हो जाएगा selected dot task पे include आ जाएगा item.id. ठीक है, so we just simply go to that selected single item and when we just go to that single item here you can see that we have an id and example. ठीक है, if selected task dot item dot include यानी includes के अंदर हमारे पास जो id मिल जाती है, so we just simply क्या करते हैं let item is equal to selected task and dot filter एंड जो सिलेक्टेड है उसको सिलेक्ट करो आइटम के साथ और जो नहीं है उसको नॉट कर दो एंड वी जस्ट सिंपली सिलेक्टेड टास्क आइटम. ठीक है, एज सिलेक्टेड टास्क को सिलेक्टेड टास्क कर दो रेडी कर दो. ठीक है, सिंपली I think we should need to copy this code and ask the chat GPT of what the solution is. Hi, can you see my comment? Yeah, Ayush Kumar, I can see your comment, bro. I can see your comment, bro. What's up, buddy? What's up? So this is a very common React problem, especially in to-do application, checkbox list, multi-selected tab, etc. Okay, what is a function does? It add or remove an item ID from the selected task. ठीक है, const ID event. Usually for checkbox list ID for click item. ठीक है. Selected task that include IDs. Okay, okay. Are you writing backend too or just front end? Bro, I'm writing front end, backend both. I'm writing both, bro. Currently, my merge stack is completed and I'm focusing on building project so just I can improve my logical skills. Okay, that's it. And I'm not a teacher, I'm a student like you who just learn in public to just keep the tutorial hell because I'm just too watch and I wasted almost more than 1 year in just tutorial and I don't learn so many things. So I just right now I will be watching tutorial, do code as well, and once my code is completed, I am go live here and just explain to myself the code how it actually works. Can you please let me see this backend code? Okay, if you just want to see the backend code, just wait. Okay, here is your backend code, bro. Okay, on which route you have to see? Which route you want to see, bro? Just tell me which route you want to see. You have to just watching deleted task route or multiple tasks. Which route you want to see, bro? Which route? This is an delete task, and if you want to just multiple tasks, so I can just show you. Here is a deleted multiple task. Okay, and this is just like whenever you click on that code, and we just select this entire, and when we click on delete, this is for that. And what you have just see the backend code is here's an entire backend code, bro. Which code you which controller? Okay, here we just want to a controller. Just wait. Here is our all controller. They all are controller, bro. How much DSA is more important to get placed? Can you suggest the topic? Bro, if you're just preparing for DSA and you want to get how much is enough. So, if you are looking for a development job or a software engineer job, are you looking for software engineer job or a development job? Because if you just say these things, so I can just give you the best advice. It's just like key is you can watch the code as well if I'm just putting this thing as that there. Okay, okay. As a Java full stack, bro, if you are just preparing for Java full stack, so I learned MongoDB Express and I can create CRUD application, but I don't know about JWT login authent. Can you guide me? कहाँ से पढ़ ले? Bro, if you have to just keep learning login and JWT, I can prefer you a YouTube channel. Here it is in virtual code. ठीक है? Because bro, I am learning DS learning backend from this YouTube channel. You can simply go to that course section, and here you can see this created a backend video. You can just simply follow this. Here you can just understand how to you create a JWT token, how to pass the cookies, and how to just set up a schema, everything. Just you need to learning a backend. This will be teach you everything. So you can just follow this YouTube channel, and after that this is creating and project as well. Okay. I have learning a MongoDB. Okay, and Java full stack developer. If you have to just preparing for Java full stack developer, and you have to just preparing for DSA. If you already know the syntax, bro, so you don't prefer ki which playlist you follow. I can just give you. You can just simply follow a Striver playlist. Okay, Striver playlist is literally so much good if you are just preparing for Java full stack. Striver. Are you following the Striver playlist? Striver, bro. If you are just following the Striver playlist, just write down you are following Striver playlist. Are you just following a Striver playlist, Brody? If you just comment, because I have alternative resources as well rather than a Striver, because you can just also created your own DSA question using an Chat GPT and Claude. Why you just needing a resources? Okay, you don't follow the Strivers na. So I just give you just advice कि Strivers की एक playlist बढ़िया है bro. ठीक है? You can just simply follow the Strivers, but I will start. Okay, you have to just give me an advice from which resources I can learning a DSA. You are if you have to just rate yourself. No, I am not following. Okay, you are not following. I have just like a one question from you. So just tell me how much you rate yourself in Java. How much you have rate yourself in Java. Only Java, don't note in DSA. Just put down how much can you rate you in a Java. I have done DSA, not too much, but I did much in Java now. I wanted to go in startup, so I started learning JavaScript and backend. I haven't learned front end yet. Should I do DSA or front end? Bro, just focusing on DSA and just try to building a full stack project using the help of AI. And take it because company just don't want to just write a code in just okay, if you're just rating 8 out of 10, so the best thing you just need to start a DSA in Java and follow a Striver playlist, okay? And just spend 3 to 4 hours every single day for the next 1 month, okay? Just don't for the 6 months, 3 months, just spend 3 to 4 hours every single day on Striver playlist, and just after 30 days, you can realize and understand that is you can this is good resources for you or not, because you have to just try at least, because I most of the friends just you following a Striver playlist, okay? Because if you just go to the chat GPT and ask it to give me the best resources to learning DSA, they will also suggest you a Striver playlist as okay. No, okay, you can learn keyword in title thumbnail, people like watching learn videos. Yeah, bro, I just like Mern keyword as well, but bro, I'm a graduate 25 batch and thank you. Okay. Huh. So they're like, bro, देखो, if you have to just following any resources, just make sure you can follow at least 7 days. Because if you just follow one video and one lecture and you just think ki it is a good resource because you can't understand that in one video. So at least follow the 1 week and just 1 month. Okay, and just created a time block and deadline. That's it. Okay. Bro, you can just I can write a month keyword, but I just told you, bro, if you are I'm graduate 25 batch and a fresher, okay. Bro, you are a BTech student or a BCA student? You are a BTech student or a BCA student? Okay, you are 25 batch, so you are starting a BS. So you are a BC or BTech? Okay, I'm a fresher. I'm doing DSA 4 years, but now I'm practicing on lead code. Okay, so you are practicing on lead codes. Bro, देखो, just you have to lead to realize one thing. Project in MERN and DSA in Java is worth it. Project in MERN and DSA in Java is worth it. Bro, project in MERN in DSA, bro, देखो, if you have learning Java, so why you just don't create it, go to the Java full stack? Why you learn JavaScript? If you have already know the Java, if you are good in Java, so why you jump to that uh, MERN stack? There is also so much opportunity in Java development. And why you just need to separate your two focus areas once you've created a Java and JavaScript? So don't just distract it, just choose one programming language and doing DSA and development with that. this is the best combination. You don't have so much confusion, ठीक है? Because at the end, if you just go to the interview, you have to just need one programming language and master it. And I choose the JavaScript, but I'm focusing on C++ as well because the syntax is literally similar. Okay, project in ठीक है, and just bachelor degree, but not getting opportunity and also learning, ठीक है? So you are just doing and not getting opportunity because देखो, if you have to just get the opportunity, first thing you need to showcase your skills, ठीक है? That the actual thing I'm doing, ठीक है? Because nobody one can. I already made project on Mern and I'm doing Java in DSA, then I'm not practicing Mern stack. Okay, I'm already making a project. If you have not not practicing yet, so I just you need to just focusing on प्रैक्टिस, ठीक है? You don't need to just learning. फ्रेशर के लिए जावा में बहुत कम ओपनिंग है। हाँ ब्रो, if you have just Java is used in big tech companies and a legacy project. If you're just focusing on startup is mostly focusing on MERN stack, ठीक है? If you are targeting a FANG or MANG company, then go to the Java. Otherwise, JavaScript is best because if you just go to the JavaScript, you're learning React and MERN stack, and you have an opportunity. You can go to that app development as well because React Native is literally so booming, ठीक है? If you have learning MERN, so you can simply switch to the web development or app development at the same time. Learn MERN, lots of project in React and new app, and also using React, and WordPress is also moving on React. Uh, yes. So Suraj bro is just giving you a best advice. Okay. Just said ki learn MERN a lot in project and just new. And bro, just like don't be stuck in tutorial, okay? Like me. Because I'm just wasting so much time on tutorial. I'm still watching tutorial to learning coding, Java backend, और मैं React front end दोनों अच्छे से किया हूँ और उसके साथ DSA in Java. Okay. You have just already know a Java, you have doing a backend using Java and React as a front end. So if you have good in के साथ DSA in Java, if you have doing everything, so you are struggling to getting a job or opportunities. If yes, just comment down. You are just struggling to getting a job or internship because if you have already know backend in Java and React and Node. Because but bro, if you have a good in रिएक्ट, सो देखो बैकएंड उतना हुआ बना रखा है लोगों ने, बट बैकएंड इज नॉट सो हार्ड, ठीक है? मैंने जितना भी पढ़ा बैकएंड ना, फ्रंट एंड ज्यादा हार्ड है, बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, फ्रंट एंड में ज्यादा पढ़ना पड़ता है। बैकएंड में जब तक तुम डेवऑप्स में डिप्लॉयमेंट में नहीं चाहते तब तक उतना नहीं उतना ज्यादा घुसने की जरूरत नहीं है। वरना देखो बैकएंड उतनी भी हैवी नहीं है, ठीक है? तुम्हें इफ यू जस्ट नो हाउ टू क्रिएट अ सर्वर, ठीक है? मैथड कैसे परफॉर्म होते हैं, जेडब्ल्यूटी कैसे काम करता है, ऑथेंटिकेशन कुकीज कैसे काम करती है, डेटाबेस के अंदर स्कीमा कैसे बनाना है। मोंगोडीबी के अंदर तुम्हें पहली बार ज्यादा सीखना नहीं होता, जैसे माई एसक्यूएल होता है उसमें तुम्हें बहुत कुछ पढ़ना पड़ता है स्कीमा डिजाइन करने के लिए, और मोंगोडीबी में ज्यादा करना नहीं पड़ता, जस्ट फोकसिंग ऑन कि तुम मर्न पे ज्यादा ध्यान दे लो, दैट्स इट। ठीक है? जावा बैकएंड और मैं रिएक्ट दोनों। स्टार्टअप टारगेट है, अर्ली जॉब चाहिए तो डीएसए प्रैक्टिस करूँ या बस मर्न या प्रोजेक्ट? ब्रो, डोंट डू दिस मिस्टेक कि जस्ट फोकसिंग ऑन मर्न स्टैक एंड ignoring डीएसए, because if I'm just give you just my example, I have a okay, I just don't rate myself to 10 out of 10 in mern stack, but still I'm just give me 10 out 7 out of 10, ठीक है? Why? Because just like whenever you just go to the interview, they just ask you in questions, ठीक है? And it will be a technical question, logical thinking question. So they just so if you have to just crack the interview, you need to focusing on DSA because in interview the most of the time they just asking you a logical based question. And if you just go to that development, if you just go to the front end development, then they just ask you not so much question in DSA, ठीक है? Now they just focusing on how what's your skill, but I will just tell ki don't ignore DSA. Focusing on DSA. I think you should only focusing on React and Node, including AI APIs in structure. DSA is a kind of new normal in interview. Everyone just saying drop because of DSA. Bro, career gap मैटर करता है, हर चीज मैटर करता है, एवरीथिंग मैटर, ठीक है? एवरीथिंग मैटर इन डिफरेंट कंपनी, ठीक है? इफ दे जस्ट आस्किंग यू, यू हैव जस्ट ब्रेक, व्हाट शुड यू डू इन दैट ब्रेक? इफ यू हैव अ प्रूफ, और मेरे 10th में 49% है तो ब्रो 10th के मार्क्स कोई नहीं पूछता। इफ यू हैव अ ग्रेट स्किल, फर्स्ट थिंग यू हैव अ ग्रेट टेक्निकल स्किल, एंड सेकंड इज इफ यू हैव अ ग्रेट कम्युनिकेशन स्किल। इफ यू हैव बोथ, नो वन कैन ब्रेक यू, नो वन कैन स्टॉप यू। ठीक है। So just you have to need to this thing in your mind, ठीक है। If you have a great communication skill and technical skill, and the third is uh, if you have to know how to showcase your skill, that is enough। एमएनसी में नहीं अप्लाई कर पा रहा हूँ, करना चाहिए ब्रो, जस्ट लाइक कि अप्लाई एवरीवेयर, ठीक है। इफ यू जस्ट क्रिएटिंग, इफ यू हैव अ इनफ स्किल, जस्ट अप्लाई एवरीवेयर, ठीक है। व्हेन आई जस्ट फॉर द लास्ट 3 months आई जस्ट finding a job, and I'm just creating a I'm using 4 to 5 platform for getting internship or job, and I apply more than 70 and 80 application every single day. So just you can understand कि क्या होता है, and just don't think कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होता है, just rejected, so just don't say कि I should apply to this company or not, just apply, ठीक है। Just don't focusing on that thing, ठीक है। If you have just know the month stack, creating a 3 resume template for a front end, a back end, a month, and just creating SEO friendly and just apply it because of 10%. Who's which company who's just asking you for a 10th percentage? I'm just passing within COVID, and they just I don't have much percentage in 10th as well, because they're just giving me a result on the basis of पता नहीं क्या दिया था। बाकी I'm still just like कि मेरे इतने नहीं थे, लेकिन हाँ but still कम थे मेरे, and I don't reveal it, but no, what company, if you are just working in a tech company, who one is asking you for a 10th class mark sheet number? Join small company for 1 to 2 experience, then upgrade of your skills and switch, हाँ bro, that's it। And actually, problem is just 2026. If you have getting a job or internship as a fresher, the payout is literally so. It's just like you pay you as a pocket money. Just like I am a person who just getting is struggling to getting an internship at job, and once I just crack the interview, and they just pay you maybe 5,000 and 10,000, 20,000, and but I don't have so much options, so I have to do that. But focusing on DSA, bro, ठीक है। The final conclusion is just like focusing on DSA. You can't ignore DSA, because in most of the interview they ask you a DSA in a first round or second round or third round. But the one thing is sure, they don't ask you a heavy graph question or a tree question. At least have paid internship, we did it for free, ठीक है। No, हाँ bro, but bro, just like you just said कि at least you have got a paid internship, but bro, just like कि I'm situated in Dwarka, ठीक है। And the most company will be just like कि नोएडा, in a गुड़गांव, just like कि सिकंदरपुर, बहुत दूर दूर पड़ जाता है, तो just like why I'm not join it, ठीक है। but I'm still like कि जितना देर करूंगा उतना प्रॉब्लम भी है, so I'm just like कि I can join at least one internship in the from the next month after Holi. I can join it, because just like कि अगर मतलब इतना I just confident कि if I just go to the internship and job, I can crack the basic internship and job roles, ठीक है। Because I will understand that I will fail almost कितने, I rejected in more than 7 interviews, and I crack almost 5 interviews, so you can just simply check कि मतलब reward ratio is still more than 50%, so I can just say कि 2 interview दूंगा तो एक तो निकल ही जाएगा, ठीक है। Hi bro, hi Naruto bro, hi buddy, hi buddy. You have just sent me a comment कि how create a video related to DSA, and I just will creating a question. I will creating video related to DSA। after that ये मुंह में छाला हो गया ना, तो बोलने में भी ऐसा लग रहा है चीजें स्लिप हो रही है ना, ठीक है। For node developer, do they ask DSA in interview, and is interview schedule online or offline? Bro देखो, I'm taking the more interview, it will be an online, ठीक है। because first thing वो ऑनलाइन लेते हैं, then ऑफलाइन भी होते हैं, बट लाला कंपनी जो होती है ना, मोस्ट ऑफ टाइम ऑफलाइन बुलाती है, ठीक है। मेरे को कंपनी मिली थी इन द्वारका, स्टार्टअप कंपनी, एंड दे जस्ट वांट अ रिएक्ट डेवलपर, एंड आई जस्ट गो टू द इंटरव्यू, एंड दे जस्ट गिव मी अ DSA क्वेश्चन, एंड दे जस्ट टेल कि सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन इन अ नोटबुक, not a notepad or not a VS Code. They just said solve this question in a lead on a notebook. Okay. If you are just saying that, okay. So देखो, if you are no matter you are doing a front end or back end or development, you don't need to master an entire full stack DSA। मतलब full stack क्या बोल रहा हूँ, I just slipping just like कि देखो, if you are looking for job, तुम्हें एक एवरेज लेवल तक का ना मतलब DSA आना चाहिए, ठीक है। एंड जस्ट डोंट टेक कि DSA अच्छे वाला, ठीक है, अच्छे वाला मतलब आना चाहिए, अबव एवरेज तुम्हें DSA आना ही चाहिए। इफ आई जस्ट यू आई जस्ट क्रिएटेड दिस रिसोर्सेज यूजिंग एन क्लाउड, ठीक है। here you can see that I was created a 60-day DSA roadmap, ठीक है। and they just and in this we are just focusing on the important topic that I actually more in the most interview is come, ठीक है। so I'm focusing on this DSA, this is a 60 days roadmap, and I'm focusing this for the after just like ki, after Holi I can just focusing on DSA, because most of the company they just give you a task and they just focus. They don't just ki, you can see that most of the tutorials, so many tutorials, you can watch it and build an entire project. But when it's come to solve a problem solving question, most of the person can not. And company want to just a reason to reject you. Okay? Company have so much reason because the applicants is more than 10,000 for that one single job and internship. So how can you just, how company filter it? So just ask a DSA. Okay? That's it. Be complex and vitamin C can help. Take B capsule, you will feel better. It's just because of sleepless nights. Bro, I just like कि sleepless night, but I just like कि देखो सो तो रहा हूँ, मतलब अच्छे से सो रहा, अभी 2-3 दिन से अच्छे से सो रहा हूँ, क्योंकि तबीयत खराब थी तो मतलब डॉक्टर ने भी कहा था कि दवाई लेके रेस्ट करो, सो आई जस्ट स्लीप तो अच्छी ले रहा हूँ मैं वैसे। बट स्टिल कि मतलब वो ये कि पानी ज़्यादा नहीं पी रहा था अभी, क्योंकि ठंड आ रखी थी, थोड़ा गला भी बैठा हुआ था। आई रीस्टार्ट माय बैकएंड ब्रो, देखो डोंट डू दिस मिस्टेक, जस्ट जस्ट सेड कि आई रीस्टार्ट माय बैकएंड, सो दैट्स मीन यू हैव लर्निंग डीएसए फ्रॉम स्क्रैच अगेन, you are learning DSA from scratch again. Can I getting 900 subscriber today? Can I just reach the is I am getting 9,000 subscribers. So I just still two more left to just complete 900 subscribers. So just finish it, bro. If you are just watching this streaming session, just anybody who just can subscribe it. So I can just gain, so I can just 900 subscribers. बाकी बात करते करते भूल ही गया था, कोड भी कर रहे थे बाकी। ओके, so here it is an update, not an update task, a task list where we can just simply see that whenever user click on that function, ठीक है, we have just here key how we can just perform an operation with that multiple tasks, ठीक है, how to select and multiple tasks. Break was ended, okay, just focusing on again, ठीक है. Was anybody following a Pomodoro technique to learning and study? Pomodoro technique? I would just like कि bro 900 subscriber हो जाएंगे तो अच्छा लगेगा ना, मतलब just like कि I was just trying to become a creator. Oh, you have removed the message, bro, but I seen it. I already seen it, Suraj, bro. I just seen it. You have just what you have write in comment section. Okay. Thanks to everyone. I just completed 900 subscribers and 901 subscribers. शगुन भी लग चुका है. 901 का शगुन हो चुका है. Thanks to everybody for 901 subscriber. And I just like कि 7 मार्च से पहले 1000 सब्सक्राइबर हो जाए तो जस्ट लाइक कि मजा आ जाएगा. एंड मजा क्यों आ जाएगा, बिकॉज जस्ट लाइक कि आई हैव बर्थडे ऑन 7 मार्च, ठीक है, सो 7 मार्च को भी लाइव आएंगे, ठीक है, कोड नहीं करेंगे उस समय, ऐसे ही लाइव आएंगे, बातें करेंगे, ठीक है. एंड ब्रो आई जस्ट लाइक कि ब्रो सूरज ब्रो जस्ट गिव मी एन एडवाइस कि व्हाट इज द बेस्ट थिंग, क्योंकि देखो कोडिंग में कर रहा हूँ ना, जस्ट लाइक कि आई फील्ड की ना जिस हिसाब से नए नए एआई टूल्स आ रहे हैं, यू कैन सी अ पॉडकास्ट जिसमें अभी लोन मस्क ने कहा था कि कोडिंग इज डेड. दे जस्ट डोंट से कि दिस विल बी रिप्लेस, दे जस्ट सेड का कोडिंग इज डेड. एंड टुडे आई जस्ट वाचिंग सर्वे वेयर यू कैन सी दैट कि 40% of the code in 2026 will be generated is already generated using AI tools. So should in future is software engineer is exist? I think the competition is literally getting too heavy. So I just so thinking I should need to learning. First thing I just completed a month and getting an internship, or I just focusing on AI ML. So just like I felt ki should I choose a right career, because I just like merge tech is I've already completed, but still just when I go to apply, the company just asking me a Next.js. अब मेरी merge tech पूरी हो चुकी है. Coding is not that just involved, so learn what trending and add AI into it. Oh bro, just like कि oh bro, thanks Neeraj Sharma bro. Thanks for the thanks for the subscribe. Because I just like कि if you have anybody watching this streaming session, is anybody who just have a bad communication skills? A bad communication when it's come to speaking, because just like I am just rejected in 3 interviews because of the bad communications. ठीक है, I'm just applying for a remote job. ठीक है, and I got selected, and they just give me an assignment. I have also completed that assignment as well, but in the second round they just a live cam to cam stop overthinking and act. Okay, just like overthinking, bro. Just I don't overthinking. Yeah, I don't. I agree with that. I overthinking so much, but me. ठीक है. Okay, you are also a person who just struggling to speak English communication. So bro, देखो, I will just realize कि ना, if ho- if you have a great skill, ठीक है, and if you don't know how to express it to another, ठीक है, you can't. This is so many chances you can't grab that opportunity. ठीक है. Simply समझो कि I will be just sharing the story that I'm applying for the interview over a remote job, and my resume got shortlisted. ठीक है, and this is a remote job for a front end development, and it's a completely Indonesia company. ठीक है, it is an Indonesia company, and they just give me an assignment. In the first round screening task, I just completed the assignment. In the second task, they just a live cam to cam interview question, and they just first thing the question will be they asking me introduce yourself, and just like कि I will also tell the more than 50 to 60 times, so I just रट चुका है. So I tell the entire my introduction myself, and they just asking me a question, and when I'm just speaking, the my lip sync is just like I fumble so much, and they just after the just only 5 minutes they just said कि bro, I just my stakeholders, the company's stakeholders is mostly is foreigners, and I want uh is fluent English communicator in my team. They just said me, and this I just rejected on the basis of that you still focusing on on your communication. Stop overthinking. ठीक है. You still not have started talking with ChatGPT Gemini. You already know 50% English. Can learn by just talking. Yeah, I know that 50% English, but I just still keep if I would want to just be a perfect. I'm not perfect, but just like I tell and just said ki I'm still better than yesterday or for last 1 month. 1 month से तो better English है because I just speak English, and just don't go to my grammar. ठीक है, my grammar is literally so bad. ठीक है, if you are a viewer who just understand my English, and I just feel like कि तुम समझ पा रहे हो मतलब मुझे, and I just feel कि मतलब इतनी भी बुरी नहीं है. लोग समझ जाते हैं कि मैं कहना क्या चाहता हूँ एट द एंड, है ना. Suraj bhai, you are just watching my streaming so many times, so just you can understand my English almost. Almost जब भी मैं कुछ कहना चाहता हूँ, so you can understand it easily. Bro, I'm just rambling by talking, bro. The main reason is just like you have not practicing so much. AI is just better, is teaching you anything, but you have to talk with him, है ना? You have to just talk with him. Everybody is, you can just speak to, मतलब just type down. I was like so. ओके, यू आर लाइक मी ब्रो. अब ठीक है, अब कंफर्टेबल फील हो रहा है. कोई नहीं. नोबडी जस्ट गेट टू जस्ट की यार बेकार है. एनीबॉडी सेड की जस्ट एग्री विद मी. ठीक है ब्रो, देखो, आई विल जस्ट लाइक कि अगर तुम घबरा रहे हो वो चीज कर रहे हो ना, तो वो चीज खत्म होगी. ब्रो, इफ यू आर जस्ट वॉचिंग इंग्लिश मूवीज, ठीक है, एंड वॉचिंग अ नॉर्मल पॉडकास्ट, यू जस्ट रियलाइज वन थिंग. द ग्रामर, द फोनर्स डूइंग so much grammar mistake. ठीक है, I was just my brother friend who just located in Ireland, and they just come in India for the last just for 1 week, and I just meet him, and they just said ki bro, if and I just asked him to just big brother, just tell me and give me an advice, how can I just speak my communication. So just give me one advice, just don't focusing so much on grammar, just focusing on speaking. ठीक है, just try to speak. Grammar is just like if you are focusing so much on grammar, it is a good thing, but if you are a completely new, don't focusing on grammar, just speak. Just speak. ठीक है. ठीक है, एंड आई जस्ट और तभी मैं बेशर्म बन चुका हूँ, यहाँ पे आता हूँ और अपनी टूटी फूटी इंग्लिश बोलता रहता हूँ, है ना. टूटी फूटी इंग्लिश बोल देता हूँ. टूटी फूटी इंग्लिश थोड़ा जोड़ जाड़ के चल जाता है. बाकी सूरज ब्रो, आई थिंक यू हैव जस्ट गिव मी एन एडवाइस ना कि स्टार्ट द स्ट्रीमिंग सेशन एट 7 8 p.m. This is the best time because I just completed na my almost tasking before 6 p.m., and after 6 p.m. I will be free. I'm just focusing on editing my videos and my just go live every single. So just like if I'm just talking so much and don't doing the task, still my task is also completed. Okay, your English is not weak. You just don't know that much word to say. Once you become comfortable with AI, just ask him to correct my sentence. Your English not weak, you just don't know that much words to say. Yeah, bro. I just said कि हाँ मेरे को. Oh, you just noticing that I will focusing same words most of the time, है ना? You can understand the algorithm, my algorithm, what the sentence is structured. I followed to speak. Once you become confident with AI, just ask him to correct my sentence. Bro, I just realized कि ना Chat GPT and AI tools will help to speak English. But if you just write down a exactly correct thing, they're still just taking a mistake. If you just उसका तुम कॉपी करके उसको पेस्ट कर लोगे ना just said कि is any mistake in that sentence they just said there is that there just if you just like कि you just go to the chat GPT and just said I speak this word, can you just fix the grammar, they just simply gave the reply. If you just write down correct they still give you a reply. This is an completely okay but still a slightly mistake, so you can use this word for a better thing. ठीक है. You sound like little baby try to talk tutti frutti language. Little baby. No, I'm not a little baby, bro. I'm still 20. I'm 20 year old. ठीक है, I'm not a baby. But tutti frutti just like कि I will just trying कि यार I just don't give excuse to myself कि यार तेरी इंग्लिश टूटी फूटी है तो just don't say, जब अच्छी हो जाएगी तभी बोलियो. और फिर उस चीज के उस लूप में फंस जाऊंगा तो फिर आई थिंक आई स्टक एंड उस लूप से फिर बाहर निकलना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो जाता है ना. बाकी एक सत्रह हो चुकी है एंड जस्ट लाइक कि थोड़ा एक बार सिलेक्टेड जो मल्टीपल सिलेक्शन का ऑप्शन है वो उसको कंप्लीट करते हैं एंड देन जस्ट स्टार्ट करते हैं कि अभी मिनी ब्लॉग का भी मिनी ब्लॉग है उसको अभी कंप्लीट करना है ना. मिनी शॉर्ट डालता हूँ ना हर दिन, सो उसकी भी अभी एडिटिंग करनी है. बाकी 10 बजे वो डालता हूँ. सो 20 15 20 मिनट उसमें भी लग जाने हैं. बाकी क्लिप्स तो ले ही चुका हूँ मैं कि आज वो तुम शॉर्ट्स में ही देख लेना क्या बताना है यार. एंड आई जस्ट लाइक कि इट इज एन प्रोजेक्ट. ठीक है, क्लिक ऑन दैट मल्टीपल and if that task is selected, okay, and whenever you just click on that, ठीक है, whenever you just click on send message e dot क्या करना है कंसोल e dot target dot check and if e dot target dot item को क्या करना है task dot map पे select task पे item कर दो इन कंसोल item का. ठीक. we have just covered this almost ना. बाकी लॉगिन और साइन अप का भी हमने फंक्शनैलिटी बनाया था. देख आई कैन जस्ट सी यू लॉगिन. You can see that we have created a login and sign up page of to do application as well, but we have don't assign and set up the root. ठीक है. So after this streaming session we have just focusing on building how we can set up the root. ठीक है. AI के साथ chat मत करो, बात करो on voice is better. I just use Gemini. You just said कि use Gemini to just speak with AI. I also use Duolingo. Can you just पता है I have more than 580 streaks on Duolingo. And I just feel कि I just and now I'm doing a Duolingo to just maintain streak. And I just realized कि I don't think they just help me so much to improve my English, but I still just like it because in every lesson you have just understand some new words and I use them. Okay. बाकी और सबका डिनर विनर हो चुका है. और सूरज ब्रो हैड डिनर. Okay. Deleted task is ठीक है. For now, just focusing on most asked question in interview in English. Later, you can learn rest English. Now I'm focusing on that. Just like ki basic interview question, I just also created a Notion template that I can follow to learning or just preparing for interview question. You can just see the front end That is, I just created this entire to-dos that I following for preparing my interview. The most test like if you are just getting an interview, तो just sometimes practicing on interview questioning only give you confidence and you crack it. I agree with that. I agree. I completely agree. Interview they just don't expect you so much, but you have to just know how to explain your code because when it's come to explaining, tell me about yourself. Okay, so you are just taking my interviews, okay? So just we start, okay. First of all, thank you to giving this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Naman Yadav, and currently I am pursuing a BCA from IGNU, and I have also completed a NILET O level from Infotech Institute, awaiting result of NILET A level. And currently I'm a passionate Monstack developer who's just for building and scalable and maintainable web application using uh just wait bro, just wait. I'm just little confusing कि यार मन का इंटरव्यू दे रहा हूँ ना, मैंने फ्रंट एंड का इंटरव्यू दिया था तो उसमें मेरा कुछ अलग था। ब्रो अभी थका हुआ, अभी बाद में दूंगा मैं थोड़ी देर बाद, ठीक है पक्का दूंगा। बी स्लो, यू आर टू फास्ट, लुक तुमने रट्टा मार रखा है, टॉक स्लो, टेक ब्रीथ। ओके, जस्ट वेट 1 मिनट, आई विल बी जस्ट मैं बोलूंगा पक्की बात है, जस्ट आई विल बी इंट्रोड्यूस माई सेल्फ। रट्टा तो देखो ब्रो, रट्टा कह सकते हो कि रट्टा तो मार रखा है। ओके, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट। ओके, अभी स्टार्ट करेंगे फिर से हमें इंट्रोडक्शन देना, ठीक है? सो लेट्स स्टार्ट, आई एम स्टार्टिंग। सो first of all, thank you to giving this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Naman Yadav, and currently I am pursuing BCA from IGNU. And right now, I have also completed a NILET O level from Infotech Institute, awaiting result of NILET A level. And I am a passionate Monstack web developer who creating a full stack web application using Monstack. I using Mon for like hello sir, good evening, and first of all thank you for giving this opportunity. So I will start my name first. My name is hello sir, like hello sir, good evening, and first of all thank you for giving this opportunity. So start my first name, and my name is just like okay. बाकी इंटरव्यू में मतलब देखो ये तो इंट्रोडक्शन ही हो गया ना, बेसिक इंट्रोडक्शन तो चलो मतलब अभी मैं सही बताऊँ तो सीरियसनेस नहीं है ना वो थोड़ा। Don't talk about your school colleges if it's not the top college. Start with what are your achievement, your recent project or learning. Don't talk about your school college if it's not the top college. Start with okay. If college is not top, so I just don't need to mention college name in introduction. Literally, bro, just if I'm just doing a BCA from IGNU, so should I mention I'm doing BCA from that university? Should I need to mention it in my introduction or not? Like if I have to talk about my work experience, I'm a fresher, but if you focusing on my project work, I have decent hand-on knowledge of okay, like if I have to talk about my work experience, I'm a fresher, but I have focusing on my project work, I have decent hand-on experience. Okay, Like, okay, so मतलब just introduction though, and just said ki what technology I focused, what project I have built, and they just tell that thing. Okay, don't need to mention a college or school if it's not top. So I think for the next time, I think I should avoid it, na? I don't need to just focusing on that words, school or colleges. In real life project that you can check it on link. I also have helped my friend in completing their project and planning in documentation for their interview. This show up my team built in. Okay. You need to copy this code because it's try करना पड़ेगा इसको फिर तो मतलब okay. Because I'm so focusing on just like कि college और चीज मेंशन मैं कर ही देता हूँ तो should just like कि I bro just tell me कि if I'm just for the next time interview I don't need to just mention my college and my institute name because it's not a top notch. Also learn about job description and the company and show the interview that how you fit in the job. Okay. Most of the company that have applying for copy and show this to your AI how good it. Okay, just copy. I think they will understand I should not need to write any prompt. Just enter it and here you can see your script has a good design and structure but it sound memorized, robotic and slightly honest. Okay, so it's just like good evening, sir. I am Naman and I'm a final year BC student with strong interest in full stack development and problem solving. Over the past year, I have building multiple real projects using React, JavaScript, and modern web technology. Recently, I've developed a complete gym trainer website using Next.js with authentication, user dashboard, and dynamic feature like sign up management and offering handling. I'm focusing a lot of practical implementation rather than just theory and all projects are live and available on GitHub for review. Apart from development, I regularly practicing DSA to strengthen my logical thinking and coding efficiently. I am someone who's enjoy building scalable solution, learning fast and contributing to our environment. I am excited about this opportunity because this role aligns perfectly with my skills set and growth roles. Okay. Speak 70% to a normal person after every two lines. A small pause. ठीक है. Breathe from noise slowly, maintain eye contact. Okay. This version is slightly good for a fresher. They don't mention a college name or institute name. They're just focusing on only 1% know this trick and get the job. Script is good. Just use long pause. Don't hurry it. Look it. तुम just रट्टा मार के आए हो. Okay. So just slow the word and just feel and just slow बोलो ना मतलब थोड़ा structured way में. Okay. रट्टा मतलब रट्टा तो कह ही सकते हो बिकॉज क्योंकि मतलब अगर तुम कॉन्फिडेंट फील नहीं होते और तुम्हें पता है कि वो चीज़ कॉमन क्वेश्चन है तुम रट्टा मार लेते हो बचपन से रट्टा मारने की आदत लगी पड़ी है तो अभी छोड़ते हैं इसको एक बार देख के पढ़ के बताओ 0.50 स्पीड ओके Good evening, sir. I am Naman, a final year BC student with a strong interest in full stack development and problem solving. Over the past year, I have built multiple real world projects using React, JavaScript, and modern web technologies. Recently, I developed a complete gym trainer website using Next.js with authentication, user dashboard, and dynamic feature like sign up management and offering handling. I focus on lot of practical implementation rather than just theory. and all my projects are live and available on GitHub for review. Apart from development, I regularly practicing DSA to strengthen my logical thinking and coding efficiency. I am someone who enjoy building scalable solution, learning fast and contributing to a team environment. I am excited about this opportunity because the role aligns perfectly with my skill set and growth goals. I think I have to just revise this. Tell me about this yourself every single day because अच्छा है वैसे. It's still fast. Pose on words like hello sir, are you? I hope. Okay, it is still fast. So I think it's slowly. Okay, just start. Okay, I start again. Okay, just wait. Good evening, sir. I am Naman, a final year BCA student with strong interest in full stack development and problem solving. Over the past years, I have built multiple real projects using React, JavaScript, and modern web technologies. Recently, I developed a complete gym trainer website using Next.js and authentication. I'm building a user dashboard, a dynamic feature like sign up management, and offering handling. I focus a lot of practical implementation rather than just theory. And all my projects are live and available on GitHub for review. Apart from development, I regularly practice DSA to strengthen my logical thinking and coding efficiency. I am someone who enjoys building scalable solutions, learning fast, and contributing to a team environment. I am excited about this opportunity because the role aligns perfectly with my skill set and growth goals. Should I need to pause more or slow? Need to flow? Creator. Okay, ask ChatGPT to give it to into a slow dialogue script version. Sound good now? Creator. Oh, thanks buddy, thanks. I just कि कैसे बढ़ेगा मतलब कॉन्फिडेंस वगैरह धीरे धीरे प्रैक्टिस के साथ ही बढ़ेगा इंप्रूव करेगा कि मतलब ना ब्रो आई जस्ट सेट कि ना आई एम डूइंग अ बीसीए फ्रॉम डिस्टेंस कॉलेज सो इंटरेक्शन बिटवीन मतलब इंटरेक्शन उतना ज़्यादा रहता नहीं है लोगों के साथ तो मतलब ask ChatGPT to include use AI as a brain in this project. Okay, AI as a brain in this project. Okay, I use it. Okay. By the way, had dinner, Suraj bhai. Had dinner, Suraj bhai. Had dinner, Suraj bhai. What does meaning? Had dinner. Had dinner होता है ना? Had dinner का मतलब sentence क्या होता है? Just like कि इसे रोज पढ़ो. हाँ. I just need to take 10 minutes every single day and just read it 5 times, है ना? Read 5 times for the just 1 week and I can just कि थोड़ा flow में आएगा. Because it not using my repetitive subjects. Okay. Just copy this. I just need to copy now. Just copy this code and go to that Notion and go to resources and creating a new file name pages and just pa- paste the introduce yourself. Okay, here is an introduce yourself. So I will just take you leave. Oh, thanks, Suraj buddy. Thanks. I think I should need to go. Good night, Suraj bro. Good night. I'm going. And thanks for just give me a permission because I'm just waiting कि मुझे लग रहा है कि मेरा भी इंटरव्यू हो ही जाएगा. I will memorizing another question कि अब just if you just can you ask me a question like why should we hire you? Showcase all tools and tech stack in your introduction that job description has. Okay, bro. Okay. And also think the problem is just like ना कि in today's 2026 the expectation जो कंपनी की है ना एज अ फ्रेशर से वो ज़्यादा बढ़ भी चुकी है. So they just don't ask you a basic question and they just don't they expect to be a perfect. They just don't want an average guy. It's like कि if they want to hire you, so मतलब तो उन्हें बेस्ट चाहिए, परफेक्ट चाहिए, अच्छा मतलब. अगर थोड़ी सी मिस्टेक है तो कैंडिडेट्स की कमी है नहीं. बाकी ओके बड़ी, आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू टेक सम स्लीप एंड आई ऑल्सो जस्ट एडिटिंग वीडियो. सो जस्ट बाय and good night, take care. If you have to just tell me anything, just write down. I will be just waiting. I think you have to just one message for me. I think so already left है ना, एक मैसेज तो रह ही रहा होगा, कुछ ना कुछ तो बोलना ही चाहते होगे आप. Okay, so there is no message. So okay, bro, I'm just going. See you soon. By the way, bye bye. If you have question, LinkedIn is there for next life. Okay, buddy. Okay. If I have any problem, I just ask you because your advice is always top notch. क्योंकि तुमने जो चीज एडवाइस दी थी ना, मतलब कि वो अच्छी है, मतलब बेस्ट एडवाइस देते हो ब्रो. ओके, इफ आई हैव एनी क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू दैट, रिलेटेड ब्रो, आई आस्क यू. ओके बड़ी, गुड नाइट. ओके.